What's up, my chaotic crew? Bentley Michaels here. Hey, how's the heat wave where you are? It's like 115 degrees here, and it is as hot as that desert that the wolf balls are in right now. Thank you all very much for tuning in yet again this week. If it's your first time or it's your 100th plus time, thank you for coming back or thank you for joining us. Hey, we've got a review here from The Ones Beneath. Great characters, 5 stars. From the get-go of Season 4, you can tell these guys are really intimate with their characters and play them well, all caps. You can definitely tell that these guys are pros in both roleplay and gameplay aspects. Excited to continue the adventure. Oh, you silly fool. We don't know what we're doing. We just have moments of brilliance, but we appreciate the kind words. I know the rest of the Wolf Balls and the Chaotic crew here are definitely listening, so thank you very much for that. Everybody, keep hydrated, stay inside, listen to Chaotic Amateurs, and if you want your review read, leave it and attach us on our social media. It's all in the show notes, but hey, on to the show.
In a vast landscape full of adventurers, you are now listening to the world of Chaotic Amateurs.
Welcome to Chaotic Amateurs, the internet's #1 D&D 5e play podcast. I'm your host and DM, Alex, and with me I have...
Dash is Thrakis.
Bentley Michaels is Rafirian Night Meadow.
Rhett is Arthur.
Caleb is Scory Telbrun.
And Marlo is Ball. And last we left our adventurers, they were heading back to the Nine Towers outpost. But before they did, they stopped by a bouncing boulder to discover it was bouncing on top of some large mechanoid human being. Let the adventure begin.
Well, I do declare that is one gigantic robot being pounded in the chest by this here floating boulder.
That's right. You're all kind of up on a hill looking down on this shackled together.
I sent my imp.
Yeah, you sent your imp invisibly.
Imping ain't easy. Okay,
keeping my imp pants strong.
Yeah.
This
Okay.
impromptu campsite that's set up. You see, there's a number of people doing work on this actual. We're gonna call it a giant robot. Maybe 2 or 3 doing work. Other people are just getting settled for the night because it is kind of turning into night. You were thinking about camping about an hour ago. As you kind of crest the hill, who is up there and who is staying back for the carts and who is...
I was at the top of the hill.
You're at the top, yep.
And I'm an elk.
Oh, yeah, elk,
right here.
worm, impy, and
elk.
Rafirian.
Imp, wolf, I assumed you were going up there as well.
Yeah, I'll be at the top of the hill, kind of looking down, surveying the strategic, strategeries.
Mm-hmm. And Ball. Same. Gotcha. So yeah, you guys are all up there. First thing you do notice is that you are noticed. There's a group of probably about a dozen soldiers that clamor together and start approaching your direction. They kind of holler out and say, "Halt! Who goes there?" Oh, crap.
I just stand like a startled elk.
Oh, I'm not there. I am.
So does no one want to say anything?
I'm not there, otherwise I would.
I'll do it.
I'm back a ways.
I stand up tall, 210 of me, chucks around my neck. Greetings. Hello, it is I know. Rafirian Night Meadow, Shadow of the Silver Song, Shadow Monk of the Age. So, what's going on here, boys? Got a little robot action happening?
And you see the crew kind of comes up to you. Most of them stay back, but 2 of the members approach. You guys aren't trying to brandish weapons, it seems, so they're a little more, not as cautious. The leader, the captain, comes up and says, yes, it's quite the discovery, apparently. It's just a giant human-looking Warforged or something. It's they've got people working on it down there that know a bit more, but yeah, pretty neat. And they all kind of look at it because they're still amazed by it a little, just kind of sitting up on the hill looking down on it.
Because you've already guessed, what is it, like 100 feet long or something like that, or?
I'd say probably about 60 feet
okay.
from head to toe. The head being kind of smashed and into the sand. And it's kind of like in an odd position. But yeah, about 60 feet.
Did you find it this way?
Yeah, a scouting party found it. Just trying to keep an eye on, the lands around the outpost here. And they just discovered that and kind of like points to the boulder that's bouncing up and down. It's just an odd scene.
I think you're lucky that we happened to stumble across this and find you. We're the Wolf Balls, and we're contracted by the Usama peoples to investigate the waste. So if you could take me to someone that has maybe been doing some of the research, I'd be happy to pass it along for them.
Oh, sure. Yeah, no, we can set that up. It's just you alone, and he kind of looks down past the hill and sees that you've got like 3 carts with you.
We have a number of traveling companions. Yes.
Yeah. Let's get these. Let's get the Wolf Balls here set up. You kind of show them your contracts, showing you're out doing work for the for Usama. And with that, they are happy to kind of bring you into the campsite.
And it's nighttime-ish, right?
Yeah. It's nighttime. It's dark. The sun's gone.
I'm gonna ask the guy that came up and talked to us. I'm gonna go, which one is the guy in charge?
Well, I'm the captain of the soldiers here. If you're asking who's gonna be in charge of the kind of magical means of finding out what this is, that's that tent over there.
All right. I'm going to start walking, strutting my stuff.
Oh,
pretty big deal.
Hold on. I'll speak with them first. They don't like being disturbed.
Oh, ugh.
We're working with the Arcane School on this specifically. We'll get you set up in camp. We'll get you a nice meal. I know, if you've been out there for a bit, it's hard to get a good meal going. We got a big soup going. Come on. And kind of gets the carts positioned on a section of the, they've got a few tents out there. There's somebody with a big ladle and stock pot making a soup, and get you settled in. There's probably about another dozen soldiers that just kind of keep a watch around the perimeter, and then the rest of them stay here in the camp. You do notice the tent they pointed to is this kind of magically summoned, just white tent with a flap on the front. Appears that whoever's studying this is doing their work out of there. And as you kind of get closer to this big giant robot, you do notice there's a number of kind of odd metallic devices around it that just have like a little crystal hovering, and ever so often like a little light comes off of it and illuminates the robot. I mean, they're doing some sort of tests on this thing overnight.
Would I notice any sort of glyphs or markings, from the towers that I would have copied, like in my book or anything, like in my books as we were out there? Anything like that on this thing?
Yeah, you can get close enough to this to notice there's, similar to other kind of ruins and devices you found in the wastes, there's glyph work, runes that are on this giant robot as well.
Okay, I'm going to start etching those until someone tells me to stop.
Okay. You've got one of the guards that kind of keeps a watch on you as you're doing it, but they're happy to, if that's all you're doing, just taking etchings, they're fine with you doing that.
Yeah.
Do I recognize what kind of tests they could be performing?
Give me an Arcana check.
28.
Oh.
28. Very good. You take a look at the device that they're using, and there's probably about 3 of them that are giving off this glow ever so often. What they are trying to do with that is to determine the recent history of this device. If this fell in the past week, if it fell in the past year, the past century, they're trying to pinpoint when in time the landscape changed because of this robot.
Can I poke the robot with my axe?
Yeah, you can kind of go to poke it, and one of the soldiers just kind of gives you a low growl as you do it.
I give him
it to happen.
I give him a growl back.
But as you poke it, it's kind of like a stone. It's stone, so you can kind of carve into it a little bit if you gave it pressure, but nothing.
It's not metal?
Not metal, no.
Oh. All right. Then I stop poking it and I just stand there.
Guard kind of just looks over at you and is like, "Where were you all doing out in the waste there? Not looking at giant robots. That's what I'm doing."
Is he talking to me?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
The kind of guard that is keeping watch on you just asks you.
Oh.
He's curious of the new visitors.
What we were doing out in the waste is none of your business. Now never look at me again.
Give me an intimidation check.
Hold on, I gotta check what my intimidation is. Oh, sweet, it's 0.
Cool.
Oh, it's a 5.
A 5. He's gonna gives you like an odd side look, and just takes a couple steps back, but keeps an eye on you whenever you're near the.
And then when I realize that the intimidation didn't quite work, I go, I'm just kidding. No, we're just fulfilling contracts, adventuring around.
Gotcha. I see.
We do have quite a large party with us. If you could direct us to a place that we could maybe rest up. We have a few prisoners. I don't know if you have the means to put on a trial for them or not. I know one of our traveling companions would very much like to see their heads off.
Gotcha. I mean, we're not doing no trials out here, but we'll get you sorted. Yeah, no worries about that. And yeah, the carts are all kind of positioned with their camp and situated. You see Gordon is kind of talking to some of the soldiers already, going through what needs to be done about the prisoners. Seems he's taking care of that. Kind of just gives you all a kind of a nod and a thumbs up to let you know that that they'll be fine. But yeah, you've got the campsite set up. Is there anything you want to do before bedding down for the night? Anyone you want to talk to? Anything you want to get done?
Want to meet the head guy.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to do too. In the white tent or whatever.
Yeah, the captain, the soldier that you met before, that's kind of in charge. After you guys have sat down to eat, kind of comes over and says, "So the advisor is working on a project tonight. They will not be available for any visitors, but said if you have 10-15 minutes in the morning, they can speak to you then at dawn."
What kind of project is he working on?
And just kind of motions to the mech.
Well, if it would be any value to him, I am an Auraforge from Stonograd, and if there's anything I can assist, I'm a professor of mechanical battle arts.
And I know all about the rubbings and stuff, or the pictures.
Go ahead and give me a persuasion check, Ball.
Well, this is all going down. I'm just kind of casually hoofing around the camp.
You're just going to stay as an elk, dude? Why hasn't nobody been like, free food, elk steaks?
He's like cantering through the sand.
Just assume the elk is with y'all.
Yeah, they can see it in my eyes. But if I can, I want to saunter up to that white tent and see if I can listen in.
Okay. You can make your way over there.
We also have a really cool invisible party member now that I can just send wherever. So if we really want to eavesdrop or something, we can.
I lean next to the soldier to me, and I'm like, that elk, I don't know who that is. So, if you guys were hungry and you wanted to hunt it, I think that would be hilarious, honestly.
Oh, gotcha. No, I haven't seen any elk out here. I actually did some hunting back when I was a kid. I bet you I could get it.
You ever had elk steak? It's fantastic.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, fresh is the best. He kind of starts looking around and finding himself a crossbow.
And Thrakus has a big grin on his face now as he kind of walks away.
Persuasion check, Ball.
Yeah, do I have time to do guidance?
If you want to do some magic in front of this person, you
Yeah,
can.
I'm fine with that. It's just guidance. I'm just kind of doing a little glyph on my hand as I speak. So I rolled a 19. I have a -1, but I rolled a 4 on my guidance, so 22.
The captain just kind of looks at you and goes, I'll see what I can do. Hold on. And they head back over to the tent. You, Scory, you see them kind of go into the tent. Give me a perception check because you're kind of trying to listen outside.
Oh boy. What's the stat for perception?
Wisdom.
12.
12. You hear footsteps kind of coming up. You see the guard turn and go into this tent. But then you don't hear any footsteps after that. Once that kind of flap closes, the sound of any persons kind of goes away.
Does it seem magical in that way?
It's tough to say if it seems magical or
Okay.
not just by listening.
Fair enough.
But it's very abrupt that you no longer hear kind of the clanging of the armor that the soldier wears.
Okay. I'll stay posted there, just kind of acting as natural as an elk could be in the desert.
Okay. The captain comes back out, finds your group and says, "Sorry, they're pretty involved in their work. They don't want to be disturbed tonight. But we've got food, we've got a place to rest, and the army here in the wastes is only a call away. So feel free to rest soundly tonight."
All right, neat. I guess I'll have soup then. I want to shadow teleport straight into that fucking tent. I want to do it so bad. And then just like teleport like out of a shadow and be like, hey, what are you guys working on? Can I try that actually? Screw it. I don't care.
What are you trying?
Shadow step, like find a shadow and walk into that and then like walk out of a shadow in the tent and be like, hey, what are you guys doing?
You'd have to be able to see a shadow inside of the tent.
Oh, the flap completely covers it shut.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah, and even if you were trying to, pay attention as they kind of went in, you notice from that side there's just kind of this bright light that's inside. It's very hard to discern anything from that. Looking at the tent, it is like a magically summoned space.
Convenient DM block. I'll allow it.
Yeah. You gotta use magic for fun things.
All right. Well, once I discover that my new powers are completely useless and I'm insanely frustrated, I swing my chucks all around, holster them, and then ask for soup, please.
Yeah. As you're kind of like looking at the tent while you were doing this, you do notice one of the guards is kind of slowly coming around the tent.
Mm-hmm.
And they've got like a longbow, and they're just eyeing the elk. Scory, you would notice this with that perception check from earlier as well.
Okay. Did you say a longbow instead of a crossbow?
Sorry, it's a crossbow is what they
okay, thank God.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Are you going after that elk? He's been following us for weeks. Oh, sorry.
Just give you a big shush from like across the camp.
I gotta go get some soup. And then I'm like, turn around and like walk away.
Gives you a big wink. And then he takes aim.
I'll psychically ask Ollie, my imp, to, I don't know, like since he's invisible, maybe just like fly over and like land on the edge of the crossbow or something to just kind of knock it off, or I don't know, do something. I don't want him to like reveal himself necessarily, but maybe just kick his aim just off just a little bit.
I think you would have had to have been pretty focused on this situation to be that quick about it.
Fair enough.
And unfortunately,
Riff was already looking at that tent, and Scory was over there as well.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think I would have any clue that your imp was doing that anyway. So I'd probably still do the same thing. I would try to get a tent between me and that person while trying to not act alarmed.
Go ahead and roll me an initiative check then. We're going to see who acts first in this.
Jeez.
Caleb, can you give me the
nice.
confused elk hearing a noise in the woods look?
Yeah. Did I just hear a twig?
Hello, is that a short bow crossing?
So I just got a natural 1.
Hey!
Oh,
he's
that's
back.
great because they got a natural 20 on the initiative. So they're definitely going to fire first.
In fact, they're going to fire twice.
And that is going to be an 11 to hit.
That hits.
That hits.
You didn't
All
see the
right.
other guy flanking on the other side.
You take 7 damage as a bolt gets right into your chest.
Oh, jeez. In my normal voice, still in the elk form, I say, son of a bitch! I'm a friend. I'm a friend.
Can you like talk like normal?
I don't think you can.
I don't think you can.
Yeah, all they hear is just kind of wolf or elk noises. Just
Okay.
He's in so much pain he thinks he's talking.
Yeah.
Please,
but
Jesus Christ!
Do you do anything? Do you move? Do you run? Do you charge?
I
You just
so
fucking
want to
fuck
hit
up.
him back. I so
Fuck
want
this
to hit
dude
him
up.
back.
Charge him with your fucking elk antlers, dude.
I'll come over and I'll let the guy know that elk
Yeah, after I have a bolt in my chest.
No, I'm gonna get him. I missed the kill shot, but I'm gonna get him. And he goes to load another bolt.
As he's loading the bow, I charge.
Okay, give me the charge attack.
Okay.
Why do you just turn back?
I'm wondering the same thing. But,
That's what I
let's let it play out. This is fun. This is D&D.
No, this is great.
Yeah.
Stands for dodging darts. I tried.
It is a. Let's see, strength. It is a non-natural 20.
Hey!
Oh yeah, that definitely hits.
And I don't want to do harm. I just want to knock the crossbow out of his hand.
Okay.
You gorge him.
Go ahead and
dead.
make an athletics check for me.
A non-natural 20 isn't good enough?
This allows you to do it. That's what it's a hit is what you do.
Okay.
Disarming, or it just requires a little more effort.
And that is a strength or dex?
Yeah, it'll be strength
Okay.
based.
7.
7 beats his. Rolled low on that and kind of knocks the crossbow out. And the soldier just kind of looks to you, Wolf, as you've approached it now, like thinks you're entangled in this scenario too. It's like, we gotta get him, and just goes to grab and tries to.
As he looks at Wolf, I'm gonna change.
I grab the guy by his shoulders and I spin him around and I look at him and I go, "It's okay. The elk's with us. I was just playing a little joke."
He's like, What? No! And he spins around and sees the elk gone and Scory there, and goes,
"See, he could
with a crossbow in his chest."
Yeah. I yank it out and I hand it to him. I said, "I think this is yours."
"Oh,
it's a little prank."
that's funny."
Yeah, it's a joke. It's a joke we used to do in my tribe as a Goliath. We would try and get people to hunt the other members. It was just hilarious.
Scory is looking very upset directly at Wolf.
You're fine. I wasn't gonna let you die. It's okay.
Thanks.
Okay.
I'm laughing
at
at my soup
skill.
Yeah.
Get stabilized.
What do you say? What do you say?
Walks away back to the thing, just looking at the bolt. And kind of like looking back at the two of you, just a little curious, a little like
I'm giving him a thumbs up.
Yeah.
Like wasn't that a good prank?
Yeah. He's coming around to the idea. You see the gears are kind of turning in his head. Like he's looking at some of the other soldiers. Like, can I get them to hunt each other?
Soldier party found in desert, one alive, all else dead.
Yeah, he turns into like his own like jigsaw killer type guy.
Oh man,
It's like setting up.
I've created a serial killer.
because I never knew I liked it until I did it.
Humanoids are the hardest thing to hunt. So
Ultimate game.
That's right. The deadliest.
the thrill of the game.
deadliest.
There we go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk over to Mr. Wolf eating like my bullet soup. I'm like, that was freaking hilarious.
You guys have a good meal, a good rest. You feel pretty safe that the soldiers are keeping watch over the night, unless you want to keep any kind of watch.
I will cast my
otherwise-
alarm thing. Like I assume we kind of like sleep in the same area, so I'll cast that around us.
Yeah, you've kind of got the 3 carts set up. If you guys want to sleep in the carts or sleep outside, that's up to you.
I'll sleep in the back of my cart, propped
what I
up
was
against
just-
my little box or whatever.
Yeah, sounds good. During the night,
Is it?
kind of before?
So, I'm sorry, but is it possible for
Yeah.
me to have some night shenanigans? Like, I don't want to take up too much time, but I did want to have Ollie
have fun too.
maybe do a little bit of reconnaissance on the tent. He doesn't necessarily have to go in. I'll let him use his best judgment if he thinks it's magically like warded or something. He doesn't have to go in, but like maybe see if there's anything he can pick up on and report back to me.
Yeah. Kind of as you guys are settling in for the evening, getting to rest, you tell Ollie to go over and investigate the tent. Go ahead and give me an investigation from Ollie.
I'll get cut.
It's a 3.
All right. Good to
Stupid
know.
imp.
Stupid invisible. imp.
So yeah, invisibly kind of flies over, walks around the tent, looks up and down it, kind of telepathically thinks to you, it's a tent. It's white. There's a door. That's it.
Well, all right, Ollie. You sit there. You tell me. Sit there for a little bit. Tell me the comings and goings. If anybody looks interested in coming in, overhear a conversation, something like that.
Okay.
Don't get caught now.
That will never will happen. Not even once. Can't get caught.
That's canon. Y'all heard it here.
It's canon that he said it.
Damn it. You were saying though, in the
As
night.
you're all kind of going, as you're bedding down for the night, kind of going to rest, you notice somebody that's sitting and kind of having the last bits of a meal in your guys' camp. You've got the main camp, the soldiers set up, and your 3 carts are off to the side, and this male figure, human, is there that you don't recognize, that's kind of talking with Gordon, and Gordon motions for somebody, to come over.
Fair. Yep.
I'll go.
I'll go over.
For sure.
I'll go over.
Yeah. Whoever wants to go over and see Gordon and the figure.
Does it look
Gordon
like the person we all wanted to talk to, like the head guy or whatever?
No, you haven't seen this person before.
Okay. Well, I'm interested.
Okay. And Gordon just says, as our friend, just wanted to say something to you guys. Kind of motions to him and says, thank you all for allowing me to travel with you this far. I was hoping to make my leave. And he kind of drops the disguise on the front half for a little bit and then back up, and it's the veteran elven archer Grislin from before. Seems to have put an illusion over themselves, not to be seen in this encampment.
That's
And
pretty
says,
sweet, veteran Elven Archer. Pretty
Thank
sweet.
you. I was hoping to make my leave tonight. I shouldn't be anywhere near the outpost. I shouldn't even be here at the moment. I wanted to express my thanks for saving my life and bringing us through the wastes.
Do you have some troubled pasts with the Usama folks?
Not directly, but diplomatically, it would not be a good thing for me to be seen here.
It's like the Elven Kingdom thing, right? Like they can't be here, like the other people.
Yes, the people of Galandior have a treaty with
Yeah, they weren't
Usama,
supposed to be out on the road or
and
something.
the wastes is beyond both of our realms, but if Usama knew I was here, they would come up with some story on how their treaty has been broken, and all I want to do is bring my dead compatriot home so that they may be buried.
That
Where's
seems
Len?
reasonable.
I have but two things to add. Number one, I am still working my way in with the other landed gentry of the Kingdom of Usma. However, I am a nobleman, and we could afford you your protection if you'd care to stay with our party a little ways longer. But I understand that a man must go where he must go. And if you must leave in this night, know that you are always welcome at the Chateau Magnus, outside the city of Lorland. Shit, where do we live? It's been so long.
We spent a whole season right next to this town.
Tyrlin?
There you go. Tyrlin.
You are always welcome at Chateau Magnus, outside the city of Tyrlin in the Kingdom of Usama. There you will always find shelter, food, whatever else you may require. Just tell my Batman, Wilhelm, that I gave you my blessing, and he'll see to it that you're taken care of, even if we aren't there.
Was that all number one?
No, I said number two.
Oh,
Fucking
I
idiot.
missed it.
Tilburn, dumbass.
hey, I just had a.
Why don't you go bleed over there,
Arrow.
Mr. Telbrun?
I just got shot in the chest.
Riff, could I get that coin that I gave you back?
What?
Sending stone. The sending stone.
Okay. I look for it.
I assume that
She
you
lost
have
it a long time ago. Just like
It fell
kids
out.
do.
It fell off the cart weeks ago.
It's
I
in
give
the
it
bag
back.
somewhere.
This is like a kid asking for their parents asking for their keys back. Like, okay,
Yeah, it's in my left pocket the whole time. Last place I looked. Yeah, I'll give it back, and then I'll say hi. Referi Night Meadow, Shadow Monk of the Silver Song, Shadow Monk of the Age, protege of DJ Imani. Also, if you go into that town where Mr. Zephyrus' house is and stuff, and anybody gives you any crap, you ask for Sanj and tell them that you're friends with Riff. They'll help you out.
I appreciate it, all of you.
Okay, bye. And then I turn around and I
very
go
warm
get more soup.
wishes. Gotcha.
he might be friends with a little kid. I'm friends with a dragon. So hey, do what you will.
If you need any help on your way out of here, go ahead and take this coin of Stalingrad. If you need assistance or someone to vouch for you, go ahead and talk into it, and I should get the message, and I'll do whatever I can.
It's true.
I appreciate it.
You held your own out there at the Tower of Chaos, but Wolf over there, the big one, he one time killed a bunch of people with like a 2x4.
I
You
would
need that
believe
to
it.
happen.
If you ever find yourselves in the Kingdom of Galandior, present this. It may make your lives a little easier, and gives you a small light blue crystal. It's kind of cut on one side and then rounded on the other. And if you look into it, you just see like a vision of a small forest inside. But hands that to you and says to present it if you're ever in Galandior. I'm going to take my leave. And starts
Safe
gathering
travels.
one of the horses and has the other elf kind of strapped on the backside of it. And gets on and starts heading out.
So long, veteran Elven Archer, till our paths cross again.
We barely knew ye.
But you rest up for the night. If I can have everyone give me perception checks through the night.
I rolled Durok's dice. Let me down, Durok. Yes. Oh, God, Zephyr sucks at being perceptive.
18.
I got 12.
12.
15 for Arthur.
15.
Natural 20.
Natural 20 for a total of...
Oh. I don't know.
5. Got him.
Yeah, I got a negative 15.
Yeah.
21.
21. Very good. So you wake up in the morning, feeling rested. Sun begins to kind of come out and warm up the sands. And you all wake up a little earlier because Gordon is frantically turning and tossing one of the carts with the prisoners in it.
Son of a
And he's yelling,
bitch.
he's like, God, how? Ah. And you hear just a mess of noise in there, roughing up of someone.
Wolf, grab your axe, score a tail balloon, you turn your ass into some sort of animal that's going to track these
I'm on
down.
it. Autobots, assemble. Sorry, I just felt like I was Optimus Prime for a second.
Pretty good.
So I had to say it.
I would like to rush to the cart and see for myself.
Yeah, Gordon kind of comes out and looks at you all, and his shoulders just kind of slump down. Good news and bad news. Nope, just bad news.
Oh, well, that was a tease.
Sorry, the little skeleton creature is not here.
What skeleton?
The halfling that
Halfling.
was...
That had Riferian's uncle's writing on its person.
Oh, right.
And what was... You said there was like multiple pieces of news.
The good news is none of the others got away.
All right.
Are we sure that this halfling isn't still around?
It's possible. I'm still trying to figure out what happened. We can check the surroundings for footprints.
Yeah, I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna change into a cat.
Careful not to contaminate the crime scene. Everybody fan out. I'd like to tell Ollie psychically to maybe get up a little bit in the sky. Give me a vantage point. He can report if he sees anything.
Oh, are you looking for the guy that left?
Yeah, the halfling.
He went
skeleton.
that way.
Oh shit. Okay, Ollie's telling me he went that way.
That was
Yeah,
helpful.
Middle of the night, he just went. He
Okay,
was
good.
so
Did you at
quiet.
least wave to him? Did you give him the fucking care package, Ollie? Jesus Christ.
Well, I don't know. I didn't know I was supposed to give him anything. You
Mr.
didn't give me
Zephyrus, what
anything
happened to your
give him.
accent?
Huh?
Oh, sorry, that's my psychic accent.
Oh,
I'm
sorry.
yelling at
Sorry.
my imp.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Should we go after him? I mean,
Yes, I think we
He was
should.
he was pretty dangerous.
We need a couple people
Okay.
to stay here with the carts.
I'll stay.
Okay, Rift stays, Ball stays, Scory and Wolf are with me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll track. I'll help track.
yeah, I can
Grab
help
two of
track.
the
I've got
soldiers as well. And they've got a couple of horses if you want to bring horses along. Go ahead and I need up to 2 people to give me a survival check to try and track down.
I've got pretty decent survival.
Please.
I got 2 things. I'm going to make sure that I still have the book, his book,
Still have the book.
and I'll go ahead and cast what is it? Enhance ability on Scory and Wolf. For wisdom.
Sweet.
You guys have
advantage for an hour.
Nice.
What's it called? Wisdom of the Owl.
I got 16 for survival.
16. Okay.
You have advantage.
Yeah, thank God I did. I rolled a 6 and then I rolled a natural 20,
Hell yes.
and I have a +3.
plus 8 to 23 total. So yeah, you take these horses, you go off, and it's kind of a northwestern direction that you begin heading towards. you're not able to find any footprints in the sand around you. But the direction that Ollie kind of tells you to go, you head off and travel for about 15-20 minutes on horseback, and you almost miss it. But as you're kind of passing through some boulders in the cracks between, you notice in like a large crack between two of these rocks, there's some cloth kind of caught midway up, and you go and take a look, and it looks like it's the same kind of clothing that creature was wearing. It's kind of dark, tattered material. And it looks like they had climbed up on here, and you begin climbing up, and you see that they've kind of gotten rid of most of their tattered clothing up here.
I want to get a good smell of it, because as a cat, I have keen smell, which gives me advantage. I already have advantage, but I just want to point out,
Sure.
in case that runs out, that I've got advantage on perception checks that rely on smell.
Mm-hmm. From up here, taking a look around, give me a perception check. Up here. That'll be Wolf, and scoring.
Perception check.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Should I do that too?
Sorry, do I need to roll anything? I just got...
Go ahead and roll me a perception check. This is kind of looking around.
Smelling around?
No, so this is specifically looking from your vantage point to see if you see.
I got a 12.
12.
15.
15. And score.
And do I still have advantage from... Sweet.
Yep. It'll last an hour.
Yeah, it lasts an hour.
13.
13. From up here, you don't get a sense of where the trail is going to lead next. You don't see any tracks up here, and you don't see any anything identifying a person on the run. Looks like the trail runs cold.
Can I get low to the ground and sniff around a little bit? See if I can
go ahead and give me a sniff check.
All right.
See if you catch it on the wind.
16.
16. It's light, but you are heading in the right direction. It does seem to be stronger that northwestern direction.
Okay. I do whatever cats do to get your attention. You know what? I claw at Wolf's leg because he's a real son of a bitch.
What?
And then I indicate with my face, pointing in the direction that I smelled that faint smell.
It appears the cat is motioning us in a direction. Must have picked up the scent. All right. You lead us, cat. Yeah! And I slap his ass.
All right. How long do you want to pursue?
I feel like I really
Are
wanna
you
catch
asking the
this
cat?
guy.
I'm asking the group that's pursuing.
Okay. I'm going to go as long as the rest of the group is down to hunt.
Okay.
I will pursue until either of us die.
Until we drop dead of exhaustion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
the two
it dies or
soldiers
I
that
die.
are there with you kind of yell up from below the rocks and say, "Did you find them? What's going on? Should we continue? What's I don't even know what we're doing."
Is the cat
The captain
confident
said to follow you guys.
Is the cat confident in the scent?
Right. It seems confident. It scratched me, but that could be from confidence or just a personal thing.
I mean, okay. All right, we got a trail up here, soldiers. Onward. I'd like to send
All right.
Ollie. I'd like to send Ollie up into the air, fly ahead. It's got fly speed of 40 feet, so you can go a little bit quicker.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good. So yeah, you pursue further into the wastes looking for the trail. If I can go ahead and get a D100 roll from you all as you are all traveling through the wastes without the aid of the map.
Just one of us?
Yep, just one.
Milo?
Just rolling it.
You want to do it? The
Yeah.
D100?
Oh,
I'm not there.
Oh.
Yeah, one of the three that's pursuing.
Yeah, I just rolled.
okay.
Give you a number if you want. 74.
Oh, we rolled that one.
Didn't we have that?
74?
Yeah.
It's a scorpion pit.
Do you want me to roll again?
No, I'll take a look. I've got them marked, the ones that we had rolled.
But if it is a scorpion pit, can you tell me if I was right? Because that would be awesome.
I don't think it may have been.
So I think I rolled the scorpion pit one. It was like a 74, maybe like a 76. I don't remember.
Oh no, it was a 73.
Oh,
It was
so
the markup right
close.
there.
Ah!
Okay. While you are off pursuing that creature, I'm going to switch back to the
You fucked up, guys.
camp.
Yeah.
And
When don't we, though?
You guys just
Really
rolled
didn't wanna
never-ending
let Desert
desert.
go, but
so Ball and Riff, you two are still in the camp. And the captain kind of comes over to check in on the situation, see what's going on. Talks with Gordon, figures out, one of the prisoners have escaped. He's the one that kind of let the two soldiers off with the rest of the group. Well, hopefully that gets taken care of. I mean, these bounty hunter mercenary types that are, just flying in the face of Usama's laws. I want to bring every one of them against the full justice of Usama. We'll get him, don't you worry.
Well, I know that I still have his book, so I have a feeling he's not going to leave too far without it.
Oh, good. I mean, if you need, we could set some sort of bait trap. We
Put it under a box with a stick. Yeah.
I was just going to say
you
that.
could put the book just underneath that rock that keeps clanging. You'll probably get him pretty good then. Anyway, sorry. The advisor said that she'll see you now.
Heck yeah.
15 minutes. That's all I was able to get you. After that, she's going to be focused on this here robot.
Lead the way.
Okay, come on, guys. And kind of takes you over to that white tent. You see in front of it is a short table that's been put out. There's kind of some notes and drawings about this large mech. Just outlines and some shorthand notations about some of the research they've been doing. And from the tent, somebody comes out in this long red robe. Underneath is this odd kind of mechanical armor that has little kind of whirring gears in some places that tighten up as she exits. She kind of comes out very prim and proper and looks at the two of you and goes, oh, you are the ones that are interested in learning about this. Have we met? And you look at her, and this is Julia from the Hold that helped you escape.
Oh,
Hey.
or Julia, if we are to remember correctly.
Yes, I'm Julia. I'm sorry. We must have met. Your faces both look so familiar. Anyway, I'm glad you're here. You're looking for more information on the mech, is that right? You haven't been sent by anyone, have you?
For the mech, no. But we were sent out into the desert in order to get something back for a science guy in town. And then I've been doing all these etchings in my book and stuff like that. And your guy has a bunch of the same glyphs that I've gotten off of the different towers all around the place. And it's been awesome. And I think the glyphs either work with like the battery stuff or they're like different parts to make things different move. And it's Julia, isn't it?
Julia, yes.
Ah, okay. Hi, Referi Night Meadow, Shadow Monk of the Age.
Shadow Monk of the Age, good to meet
From
you.
the Silver
and-
Song part of DJ Yamani. I'm going to hop up on the table just so I'm at a level playing field kind of with these people.
Sure.
And then I'm going to take out my book and start looking at her notes and immediately stop talking and see if I can like find pictures that match any of the etchings.
Okay. And as you're doing that, she glances down to take a look at some of the notes you've written, and then looks over to Ball and says, and you are, I'm sorry.
Ball.
Ball. Good to meet you, Ball and Dryferia Night Meadow. Yes, this is an interesting device. Plated in stone, the inner workings are similar to artifacts found throughout the wastes. Some amount of movement, kind of like your construction and the construction of the Warforged. On the inside, seems to take dispel energy quite well.
Yes.
We've been performing some experiments. We've gotten some of the arms to move, but
have you done that? How have you done that? How have you done that?
Oh, well, if you imbue the extremities with a bit of magic, a bit of power from some source outside of our own world, we can cause some innate effects to happen.
Like liquids, perhaps?
What do you mean by liquids?
Oh, I've just seen some stuff out here in the waste, like we were at a place and it started raining, and then like stuff started working sometimes. We got a cool talking skull that works like when you put them in magic stuff. I don't know, something like that.
There was rain in the wastes? This should never happen.
Oh, I don't know.
It's the driest part of the continent.
I mean, we did just kick everyone's butts. Maybe it was like reward rain.
Yeah, I think things might be changing in at least the area where the Tower of Chaos was. We have freed some things that were under still magic spells from the mages.
Interesting.
I'm going to look at Mr. Ball and use silent speech and get in his brain and be like, "Hey, Mr. Ball, it's me, it's Riff. I'm using magic. It's pretty cool, right? Hey, do you think that they're like doing like aura stuff like you did with the crazy scientist guy back in the town?"
Can I answer back in my head?
Yeah,
I think so.
I think you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a similar thing, Riff. But I feel like she might be doing something more magical, where opposed to he was doing more something alchemical. So I'm not entirely sure.
Cool. And then she just sees me clap, and I say in my head, "Break," but she only just sees me clap. And then like I look back at her.
Yeah, it gives you an odd look.
I look back at her. I'm like, "Cool."
So
do
have you
any of the glyphs
determined
match?
if this was made? Oh, sorry.
Oh no, it's okay. I was just asking if any of the glyphs match, and then I'll go back to shutting up.
Looking at glyphs that she's written down and that are on there. Again, same alphabet being used, but decoding the sentences is more of the work that she's doing now.
Do you mind if I copy some of these down? I've been working on some of this stuff too.
Yes. No. Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. I said crisscross applesauce, and now just start copying.
And she kind of inquisitively looks down at some of the notes you have and says, "That one there actually is going to be more similar to this one. You want to flip those. This one's actually upside down." Kind of gives you a note, and that kind of clarifies something for you. It kind of clicks in your brain. She knows what she's talking about, it seems.
Well, I'll be shadow gunned.
Does she look older or younger than when we saw her?
Same age.
Okay.
Yeah.
Technically older.
I'll just ask outright. Do you remember us from the prison?
From the hold, yes. It was an odd time near the ending of the war there. Yes, of course. It was, you were... it was a few of you, if I remember correctly. We were the ones that escaped. I'm not sure what happened to the rest of the people in there, but it was all of us that were able to make it out of there. You were able to find my tuning fork. That's right. And we went to my island. And then I sent you to the arcane school. That is what happened. I remember. I'm sorry. It's been a whirlwind of events. Here, let me show you. Hold on. And she kind of goes over to this mech and starts kind of putting her hands on certain runes, and you see them kind of light up, and you see her do just magical hand movements, and one of these arms just lurches up forward and just kind of starts grasping.
Whoa.
He says, "See, that was a basic spell energy. Perhaps a level 1 amount of spell energy. I think if we were able to get enough of enough mages, enough practitioners of magic in here, we could get this whole thing moving. At least once we reconstruct the head. And at that point, we have a war machine."
Have you spoken to Tiernan at the outpost about his research? And
some, I don't much care for the way he conducts his experiments. Too much for me. He gets in the guts of things. I
would agree.
I don't care for that kind of experimentation.
Have you determined if this creature is made by the mages, like the same time frame that we've seen the other Warforge, or if it's older?
Well, my guess is that the mages found these things. More and more evidence is coming to light, and it seems that the mages themselves were not great inventors, merely great applicators of magic. And there's a lot of things in this desert still yet to be found, I'm sure. And the mages found them first. Once they were able to manipulate them, they could use these artifacts for their own doings. But now the mages are gone, and we get to play with them.
That's cool.
Do you think that's such a good idea?
Oh, God, Mr. Ball. You're such a square.
Yeah, that's... what is this world for, if not to explore and experiment with, to discover the limits
almost like
of the
exploitation if you're using the bodies of these Warforged.
I told you I don't care for Tiernan's work. This is an artifact. This is a golem of magic. It's a deep well that once it's full will be powerful.
Fair enough. Yeah, I don't
know. If you'd like to help work on it, I could use an extra pair of hands. I'd rather not work with the arcane school as much as possible. They have their own ideas of what can become of this. I can pull some strings. Perhaps you'd be interested.
That would be fun. Do you know any enchanters? Anybody that's like real good with like cool stuff?
Personally, no. I do all my own enchanting.
Oh. Well, I have a side project I would enjoy talking to you about in private, if you will. When you have the time, of course.
Yes, stick around and we can speak of it over dinner.
Sure. We got to wait for our pals to come back from the desert.
Oh, right. Some kerfuffle about prisoner. Like we used to be.
Yeah.
I see.
Would you have interest in purchasing spell components? We've come across a fair amount of them in our travel.
The school supplies me with most of what we need. We're not doing intensive spell work here. I'm sure Tiernan would do well with them. And the embassy is always fairly low on things like that at the outposts.
Cool. Is there breakfast?
I'm sure somewhere.
Perfect. I'm going to go find breakfast. You were awesome to talk to, Julia, and I'm taking you up. After we eat din-din, bam, we're having a talk. You and me, gal to gal.
Sounds like a plan. I'll be doing research for the rest of the day. Please don't bother me until later. And she goes about doing her business, kind of casting some spells on the mech itself and writing some notes down and just looking through different pieces of glass on different parts of the mech throughout the day. The soldiers get you set up with breakfast as you need. And we will go back to the crew going through the desert. So towards the end of the enhanceability spell, after about an hour since it was cast, you start getting into less rocky terrain and more kind of shallow hills that are going down deeper and deeper. And you come across an odd kind of structure that is slanted in one of the valleys of these hills. And as you kind of look at it, probably from about 100 feet away, it's this odd petrified tree that just juts out. And you see a couple of branches that are still there and 2 or 3 that have fallen in to the hillside. This is the direction you were hoping to go. You've picked up a few tracks along the way, but whoever you are chasing, at least they seem to have they have a light step, it seems. So it's hard to keep track, but you know you're in about the direction, and this is the first landmark you've come across. What do you all want to do?
I dare say we might have lost his tracks here.
Can I smell?
Yeah, go ahead and give me a perception check with advantage.
16 again.
16. It smells like desert. That faint smell of the kind of dirty rag clothing you're trying to find, you think might be there, but maybe it's just the fabric you've kind of brought with you. It's hard to determine what it is.
Could I make a survival check to see if I can pick up like a track or something?
Go ahead, yeah, if you want to make that.
Do I still have advantage, or did we come to the end of that?
We'll say this is the final bit of that. So
okay.
This is kind of the end of that hour long of magic.
So that's 23.
23. You notice a few tracks, like 2 or 3 sets of footprints going down towards where this is. More so, you notice a number of foot tracks coming from it. Probably about 6 or 7 people tracks that are coming from this location.
Like
but only
from the landmark, the tree?
Yeah, from this kind of broken down tree.
Do any of them match the footprints going to it?
Taking a look, one of the pair does. And it's these really shallow, small footprints. And you do see less care was taken coming from this than going to it. And definitely was further away. This was probably a few weeks ago.
Which ones? The ones coming from?
Yes, the group coming from was probably a few weeks back.
Well, okay. I don't really know what to make of any of that. Gosh. I don't know. Maybe I suggest that we just head back, because it seems like to hunt down one guy taking this long seems like an endeavor not really worth it.
Well, I know it feels that way now, Mr. Wolf, but you won't feel that way if we catch him. Perhaps we came all this way, we found this ruin, or this tree here. Perhaps an investigation of the tree is in order.
All right.
Then we can turn back and head for camp with our tail between our legs.
How about this, sir? If we cannot find a decisive direction that we aren't certain our prey is headed in, then we should turn back.
I think Mr. Wolf and I are in agreement.
So let's just investigate the tree and see if we can find anything interesting about it, or something that might give us a clue. Maybe he snagged something on it. Maybe he left something here. I mean, if someone marched to the tree, right, then, something has to be here. So can I investigate the tree?
Yeah.
I want to stealth and go in there as well.
Okay.
I want to
go
hang back out of striking distance. If these limbs would become animated, I would want to not be able to be struck by the Whomping Willow.
Gotcha.
Okay, and then
30 feet away or so.
Yeah, give or take.
Okay.
Then I'll just march right up to it in broad daylight, concealing absolutely nothing about myself.
Sounds good. And yeah, with that story, I think you can approach pretty stealthily, anyways. Then
cool
with Wolf
and
coming out.
Is there any sort of fruit or nut or anything that this thing is producing still? I know you said petrified, but any remnants?
It looks like stone. You don't see any sort of foliage or nuts.
No fossils of a nut.
No, not that you can tell from glancing at it from here.
No nut fossils. Sorry.
The only nut that I see is the big half orc looking around.
Who's that? Because I'm a cat.
Cat.
Yeah, but I can see through.
All right, so I go and I investigate the tree.
Yeah, and as you approach, Wolf, it's down in this valley, kind of leaning up against the side of the hill. And as you get closer, you notice that at the base where the roots are coming up, the sand is kind of shifts below the tree, and it looks like there's some passageway underneath this that goes down.
I found a dungeon.
Now, see, Mr. Wolf, we wouldn't have been able to do it had we turned tail.
Dungeon crawl.
Let's start farming. We come back to the party when we're level 20. What do you say, boys?
Dude, yeah. As long as I get to level 14, I'm fine. Okay, sweet. Yeah, let's. I want to investigate this entrance and see if there's anything unique about.
Yeah, give me an investigation check.
Can I smell anything?
You can smell if you
All
like.
right.
I send Ollie ahead of me.
19.
19.
I got a 17.
17. Okay. You get a good whiff of the scent that you're following. It does appear that whoever this was,
I immediately claw Wolf's leg.
yeah, had kind of gone down here. Wolf, you're taking a look, just around the tree, around the area, trying to see if you can, find anything out about the entrance of this from outside. You notice carved lightly into the edge of the roots that kind of make up this archway that goes down are these odd little runes that you have seen before in the other artifacts around here. Never on something living or once living. It was always on stone, but this is stone, and you see those same markings here. You also notice that, kind of in one of the sections, you see some of the sand is kind of moving, and it looks like in the past few hours, at least, something has gone down there. Has disturbed the sand, and it is just kind of pouring slowly into this entrance.
Can any of you make out what these runes might say, or perhaps interpret them?
I'll take a look. I've been paying attention.
Yeah, as a cat, you can take a look. They look similar to the ones you've seen before.
But can I decipher anything? Because it seemed like recently we came across some runes and we were able to pick out a couple of the words. And I'm just wondering if that's possible here.
With this, I would say you would want the people that have the notes. That's kind of your key to being able to access that is
Gotcha.
relating it to those things.
Okay.
And especially as a cat, you're not able to really communicate what these runes might be.
All right.
Yeah.
Well. Oh, I was just gonna say, let's just go in.
I'll slink in stealthily.
Send Ollie ahead of us, and he's expendable.
Is there light? Is there light inside?
No light in there at all. You'd have to bring your own light or dark vision.
So who has any of those things?
You have a cool magic axe that can light up.
That's right. My helmet also lights up too. I forgot. Okay, so I'll take lead.
All right. So you all begin going down into this tunnel beneath this petrified tree. And that is where we're going to leave it for today's episode. Thank you guys for joining us around our proverbial podcast table. Been your host and DM, Alex. With me has been
Dash is Wolf.
Bentley is Rafiri and Night Meadow.
Red is Arthur.
Caleb is Scory Telbrun.
And Milo's ball.
Grab your swords and keep on adventuring.
Follow us across all platforms with Chaotic Amateurs. Please subscribe, rate, and review our show on your podcast app of choice to help us climb the charts and find new adventurers. Or become a patron on Patreon to help our heroes continue their quest. Thank you for listening to Chaotic Amateurs.